Hi, welcome to our live stream. My hair is doing something really weird. Anyway, maybe if I do this here, then it won't be. Nope, it's still eating my face. So, hello to everyone who is joining. Welcome to our live stream. This is our weekly quiz. The topic today is collecting. This is just not happening. I need something. I don't know. It was okay, and then I don't know. I touched things. Not a good thing. Anyway, yeah. So I'm Jen, with very professional hair and very professional manner here. Hi, Yuki, darling. Welcome to our quiz. I'm going to fix my hair while we're kind of like letting people stream on in. And I don't know what's going on with it. It's being weird. So let's see. I teach conversation English, not hairstyling, thank God. And so our topic today is collecting. I have 10 questions for us, a nice little sample of questions that are just for fun. This is a nice way of practicing your English based on the topic this week. If you like the topic collecting and you want to practice your English, you can check out my live stream from this week as well, where we have a lot of vocabulary words and idioms and conversation points. So yeah, I hope that you follow my account. I'm right here, floating down here. I will stop that now and pull up our first question of today for the day. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here is our first question. So many people collect postcards. When was the first postcard sent? So the very first postcard that went through the mail, when was it sent? Was it 1840, 1740, or 1640? What can you tell me? When was the very first postcard sent? So Yuki, you're guessing C, and the stage is all yours, my dear. So let's see. There's another person who's popped in right now. So let's see. Hey, Alessio. People collect postcards. A lot of people collect postcards. When do you think that the first postcard was sent? Was it 1840, 1740, or 1640? And in reading numbers in English, quite often we don't say 1840 or 1840. We often just say 1840 and 1740, 1984. These are ways of reading years. So what do you think? Alessia, have you got a guess? A, B, or C? I don't know if you're working today, but so I don't know if I can call on you. Okay, you're saying 1740. So the correct answer is actually, drum roll, 1840. And I can show you a picture of what the postcard looks like. This is from Wikipedia. So if you can look there, it's supposed to be postal workers. It's a hand-drawn card by the man who sent it in England. Let me pull up my information. So it was sent in 1840 in England by a man named Theodore Hook. It features a caricature, so you can see sort of like funny character-like photos of people. He sent it to himself as a joke, just to test it. And it was one of the first pieces of mail that had a sticky stamp on it. I guess before it was stamped, I don't know. This postcard, and let me show you what it looks like. This postcard sold in 2002 for $44,000, $44,300. This postcard right here, the very first postcard that was ever sent in the mail. So I thought that was kind of cool. And it was a joke. This guy was known for being a jokester, so he thought it would be funny to send a postcard to himself, and then somehow it caught on. I think the first postcards, they were hand-drawn, and then later on they became mass-produced. So that's question number one. Let's boogie on to number two. Let's see what we've got. And we're still staying in England. And if you're looking to add a Victoria Cross medal to your collection, it can cost up to $1 million, pounds, sorry, 1 million pounds. Which of these is the Victoria Cross? Do you think that it's A, B, or C? Which one of these is the Victoria Cross? It can cost you up to £1 million, depending on the condition that it's in. If it's in pristine condition, if it's in mint conditions, another way of saying that, then it can cost you that much. Hello, Karina, my dear. Welcome. So Alessia, you're guessing C. Okay, C looks legit for you. Any other ones look good? Anybody else want to take a guess? A, B, or C? Which one of these is the Victoria Cross? Yuki's guessing B. Karina, would you like to answer? I don't know if you're working right now and you're sort of in between worlds. I don't want to bug you. So we have a B, we have a C. Any other guesses? Can you tell me? I'll give you a second to answer. It was created. So, okay, you're going with B as well. So the correct answer is actually C. The other two I found on Temu. So I think the one on the top you can get for $4.99, and the one in the B one is $7.95, and the one at the bottom is, like Alessio guessed, is the Victoria Cross medal. It can cost you up to £1 million, depending on the condition. This is the highest award for bravery in the British Armed Forces, given for great acts of courage in the face of enemies. It was started to be awarded to people in 1856. Queen Victoria decided to award this to people. Only 1,400, so 1,400 have been awarded since 1856. So it's a very rare medal. And yeah, and this is often posthumously given. So meaning that someone, once they have passed away, they're often given to people. So when you're alive, you don't typically get to appreciate this award. Your family does, but you don't. So moving on now, away from the UK, I do believe, and heading to fossils. We're going to head to some fossil collections. For those of you who've never been part of my live stream before, every week I do a conversation topic. Our topic this week is collecting, and I always love to include a quiz because I think it's a fun way to learn English. It's kind of like, the end of the week, our kind of game that we get to have. And so we're talking about collecting today, and let's move on to some fossils. So in 2020, a nearly complete Tyrannosaurus, sorry for that, I didn't see that the S got chopped there, the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton named Stan the T-Rex, sold for how much? Do you think it was 10.8 million, 31.8 million, or 50.8 million? And unfortunately, I'm not sure who purchased Stan, because that would be a pretty big thing to have in your living room if it's a private person who has it at their home. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if a museum purchased Stan or not. So what do you think? What are you guessing here? Do you think that it's A, B, or C? Alessia is going with B. Any other guesses? Let's see if anybody else has anything else that they would like to add. Karina, you're going with B as well. And let's see. I don't know, Yuki. I don't know if you're in the middle of cooking, so I don't. Okay, Yuki, you're going with C. Okay, so Alessio, you're really doing well today, because this is now, I don't know, your third or so correct answer, but B is the correct answer. So it's $31.8 million for a nearly complete T-Rex skeleton. Someone has that somewhere in their collection. I should have Googled who has that. I mean, can you imagine? I wouldn't want that. That seems like a big thing to own, and I wouldn't want the responsibility of owning such a piece of history and the space factor. So maybe this person has a very high entrance and people walk by and hang their coat on stand. I don't know. So let's see. We're moving on now to Italy. Okay. And I think we have a couple of questions with Italy today. So it's good. Alessia, you're here. You can help us out. So which billionaire owns Leonardo da Vinci's notebook, the Codex Leicester. So what is that? So I think I took a picture. Let me make sure. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. But this is the book with the parchment paper, the yellow paper. He's written in it backwards. Who owns that book? The Codex Leicester. Is it Bill Gates? Is it Jeff Bezos? Or is it Elon Musk? And Yuki, you said, I wouldn't pay a penny for a bone. Yeah, me neither. Well, I don't want those. Ugh, no, thank you. Definitely not. No T-Rex bones for me. Thank you very much. So who do you think owns this very famous book? Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, or Elon Musk? And Karina, you're going with Bill Gates. Do we have any other answers for this? Bill Gates. Okay. Yuki, what are you saying? Who do you think that it is? One more answer, and Yuki, you're going with A, with Bill Gates. Okay, everybody's saying Bill Gates, and so you are all correct. But here's the thing: he purchased this in 1994 for $30.8 million. In 1994. I mean, even today, that's a huge sum of money. But yeah, in 1994, $30.8 million. He bought the notebook. He owns it. So I wonder where he keeps that. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is like, where do you keep such an item like that? Because it has to be insured somehow. So, all right. Anyway, staying in Rome, okay, or staying in Italy, let's say, and we're heading to ancient Rome. And here we go. All right. So, which ancient Roman leader was one of the first people to inspire coin collecting? Was it A, Julius Caesar, B, Emperor Augustus, or C, Mark Antony? Who do you think was one of the first people to inspire coin collecting? And I can't tell you too much about it until you have your guesses, get your guesses in, because yeah, and I can show you a picture then as well, because I'm always curious about seeing pictures of these things. So Alessio, you're saying Emperor Augustus. Okay. Yuki's going with A, question mark, maybe. Karina, my dear, are you still here? Would you like to guess? Otherwise, we will continue on. All right, so the answer is actually B, Emperor Augustus. Alessia, you should really go to Vegas today or play some trivia game on TV. You're doing very, very well. And the collection, when you like to collect coins, I'm going to try to pronounce it. It's numismatic. Numismatic. Wait, Peter's saying in the background. So it was Emperor Augustus, and collecting coins is numismatic. And it was Emperor Augustus who ruled from 27 BCE to 14 CE. He was the first emperor, and he used coins whenever he would win a battle, whenever he wanted to offer a little bit of propaganda. So that's why he's kind of credited. It's totally Alessio's day. That's why he's credited with sort of collecting coins, this idea of inspiring people to collect coins, because he would always create a new coin to sort of represent what he wanted the people for people to see of him. And so just as an idea, his silver coins. Hello, Mohammed. Is this a history lesson? A bit, huh? If it is, a bit. So they can range, the silver coins can range from several $100s to thousands of dollars. The gold coins, the Arias of Augustus, can sell for up to $15,000. I can show you a picture just so you can see what the coin looks like. Let's see. So here is the coin. This is one of his. I guess he won some battle. You can see here people with shields. And so he would, on the back of the coin, it seems to be like that the front of the coin was pretty much always the same. And then the back of coin would represent whatever it was that he kind of wanted to promote and say, this is what I did. So collect this. All right. So let's see where we're headed off to. Let's see. Number 7. We're kind of going through these pretty quickly today. So which Hollywood actor collects Barbies? Is it Will Smith, Ryan Reynolds, or Johnny Depp? Who can you tell me? Who do you think that it is? Yeah, it's a beautiful coin, right? I would love to have that as a necklace. It looks so pretty. And I got curious because I was like, I wonder if a gold coin from back then would be more precious than a gold coin from today. Looked it up. Actually, a gold coin from back then is not 100% gold. If you buy a gold coin today, they've figured out ways of melting the gold and creating these coins so they don't mix it with other metals. So a gold coin from today is better gold-wise than then. So, okay, must be Ryan. Okay, we have another vote for Ryan Reynolds. Okay. All right. Let's see. Any other? Hello, Lorena, dear. Maybe Will Smith. Okay. So maybe Will Smith. Let's see. Any other guesses? Alessio's going with Johnny Depp. Okay, so Alessio, seriously, you are so on a roll. And Yuki, you too now, my dear. You got the Alessio Midas touch now. So it's Johnny Depp, actually. And it's said he was in an interview a couple years ago, and he said that he used to play Barbies a lot with his daughter, and he would try out different roles, different voices and personalities that he would want to play for different characters in his movies. So I thought that was pretty cool. He owns dozens of limited edition Barbies. He also owns miniature dolls with from Beyonce and Elvis Presley. And yeah, and he would play Barbies with his daughter to test out different roles for different films. Will Smith and Johnny are real men. Okay. And what about Ryan? Poor Ryan. All right, so let's see. I don't know Ryan real. He played in a lot of movies. And I'm drawing a blank. Can someone help me out with movies that he played in? Did he play in The Notebook? I don't know. He's played in a lot of stuff. Yuki, I'll send you a picture of him and you will know who he is. But he's married to Blake Lively and an actress right now. Ryan is Rock Friend. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure. Does anybody know any movies with Ryan Reynolds? I'm not. Deadpool, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. But we'll continue on. I'll send you a picture. And if somebody wants to write movies with Ryan Reynolds, then you can write it in the comments. No problem later on. Excuse me. So let's see. Oh, hold on. Peter's offering me a list of movies. Thank you, darling. So Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool, Free Guy, The Proposal, If, Green Lantern. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So yeah. So those are some of the movies. Maybe Yuki, that's not your genre of movie. It seems to be kind of a lot of sort of action-y, sci-fi type of movies. They made the movie together. Maybe that was the one with Wolverine. I don't know. Okay, moving on now. And this one I really love. I think this is cool. So let's see. Moving on to other collectors. All right. So between 1960 and 1992, Dorothy and Herbert Vogel amassed, we had this word, so collected, amassed an art collection with over 4,000 objects from renowned artists. So renowned is a nice word for famous. Excuse me. Artists. What were their occupations? So what did Dorothy and Herbert do? Were they shopkeepers who developed a love for collecting art? Were they B, Dorothy worked in a library and Herbert in a post office. Or C, they were artists themselves known for their unique style of painting. So what do you think that they did? Oh, in La La Land. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ryan, oh yeah, that's true. Barbie, exactly. I completely, yeah. Ryan Reynolds was in Barbie and La La Land. But did the court give the daughters to him and not the previous wife? I don't know. I think, are you thinking maybe Brad? I think you're thinking of Angelina Jolie. I'm not sure. And Brad Pitt. Okay, so Yuki, you're saying that Dorothy worked in a library and Herbert worked at a post office. Any other guesses for where you think that these people worked or what they did? So these people, they ended up amassing a huge amount of really famous artists. And so yes, Johnny Depp's daughters. I'm not sure. I think he has a daughter and a son. And I think that he kind of more or less split from his wife amicably. I think you're thinking of Brad Pitt. Mohammed. Any other guesses? B. We have 2 for B. Anybody else want to give it a stab? Give it a go. What do you think? Otherwise, I will tell you the answer. Let me see if I have any extra info for you as well. So the answer is B. Dorothy was a librarian and Herbert worked at a post office. They used Dorothy's income to pay for bills, to lead a very modest, very simple life. And they used Herbert's income to buy art every year. They did not go on vacation. They didn't buy a lot of stuff. They used all of his money to invest in art. It was something that was very important to them. And they ended up befriending the artist Christo. I don't know if you know him. He was the one who wrapped the Reich Tower or the Reichs the building in Berlin. I'm drawing a blank. And they did a lot. Christo did a lot of really fun, interesting things, especially in like the 90s, the 80s, and the 90s. He befriended them, and their cat actually sat in one of his paintings. And yeah, so I think that's really kind of cool. They chose to live a very modest life, collecting art. And then at some point in the 90s, they donated their art to, hold on, I can tell you where, and to a museum and to the National Gallery of Art in Washington. So it's not like they even did this so that they could make money. They did this because they wanted to collect this have this nice collection of art to be able to donate. So they lived a modest life and enjoyed collecting and then donated it all. The actor, oh, is Ryan Gosling, not Ryan Reynolds. Okay, thank you. Another different Ryan. Thank you for fixing that. Yeah. But I think they look alike somehow to me. Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling. I don't know. I can't separate the two. They owned, yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what kinds of art they owned, but I found that really cool that they just had this passion for art and chose to live a modest life and to collect and then donate what they had collected. So moving on to another famous male actor and moving on to Leonardo DiCaprio. So in 2017, Leonardo DiCaprio had to surrender. So he had to give up. He had to surrender 2 valuable artworks to the US government. What was the reason? A, they were stolen from a museum. B, they were properly acquired. So he got them improperly through an art dealer. Or C, they were connected to an international embezzlement scandal. So people using money for wrong reasons. What do you think? What do you think? A, B, or C? And I can tell you the works of art. There was a painting by Picasso for 3.2 million that got confiscated, and a painting from Basquiat for 9 million. So let's see. So B, they were improperly acquired through an art dealer. Okay. B. So everybody's guessing B. Alessio, let's see. What are you guessing? If you're still around, C. Alessio, seriously? Wow. You're correct. So evidently, they got tied up into, they were gifts that were given to Leonardo by the Malaysian department Berhad. I have no idea. There was an embezzlement scandal. Embezzlement is when someone steals or misuses money or property that they were trusted to use in a different way. It's often with work. Leonardo DiCaprio was not implicated in any wrongdoing. He was not charged. They were gifts that were given to him. He had no idea that these were not being given with good intentions, let's say, or given with good intentions, but through embezzlement. So he didn't realize this, and everything was okay. But he lost his Picasso and he lost the Basquiat. And yeah, it must have been a bit of a shock, I would have to say. All right, now we're going to head on over to Korea. Ryan Reynolds doesn't equal Ryan Gosling. For me, they do. Excuse me. I don't know. For me, it's hard to keep those two apart for me. All right, let's see. So heading to Korea. What did Samsung's late chairman Lee Kun-hee's heirs, so H is silent, the heirs, do with 23,000 pieces of his art collection after his death? And just as a reminder, the word heir means someone who receives something after you die. They receive an inheritance, and they are heirs to an inheritance, to money, art, whatever. So did they they kept them in a private collection? I know he should be on the Millionaire Challenging show or whatever. B, donated them to South Korean museums, or C, destroyed them to avoid disputes. What do you think happened to 23,000 pieces of art from the late chairman of Samsung? What do you think happened? What can you tell me? And while I'm waiting for your answers, I know it's just crazy, but I'm going live again tonight. No pressure, on Instagram. The last time that we were here on Ibiza, then I went to a little shop, and this man has this amazing collection that I thought was so cool. And I asked him if he would ever want to go live with me to share his collection. And he said yes. So I said, okay, in January, I'll do the topic collecting, and then maybe we can go live together. And so that is happening tonight. So if you have time, in about 2.5 hours, I will go live with him on Instagram. It's just easier. And he's going to share with us his collection, some stories behind the things that he's collected, and things to consider when you do collect. So I'm looking forward to that. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, you're doing an amazing job. Okay, so we have some answers coming in. We have A, kept them in a private collection, and B, donated them to South Korean museums. That's the majority of the answers are B. All right, so the majority of the answers are B, and B is correct. But before you start thinking that these people are very altruistic, meaning they only did it from the goodness of their heart, they actually did it because the collection sparked debate following his death in 2020, because his heirs were facing the highest estate tax bill in the country's history. In total, $11 billion just in taxes, in estate taxes based on the inheritance. So they were about to inherit so much more, but they would have had to pay $11 billion. So they decided to donate 23,000 pieces from this huge collection of art to 7 different museums in South Korea, and then they didn't have to pay the taxes. So that was the clever way of them avoiding having to pay extra money. And last but not least, kind of an interesting one. We're going out on kind of an interesting note today. Let's see. So What unique collection did Atlantic Path, a company, enter into the Guinness Book of World Records with? Okay, so this company collected A, the largest collection of blood pressure readings, B, the largest collection of nail clippings, or C, the largest collection of medical x-rays. What do you think? A, B, or C? And Alessio, this is your final challenge. What do you think that it is? Yeah, the dollar sign face. This is the ultimate challenge, right, Yuki? This is it. Whether he should really go into some quiz show today. What are you thinking? A little drum roll for you. What are you thinking? So Lorena's going with C, the largest collection of medical x-rays. Alessio's going with A, the largest collection of blood pressure readings. And Yuki, my dear, what are you saying? What do you think? C. Okay. So nobody is actually right. It's actually B, the largest collection of nail clippings. So nail clippings are like you clip your nails. When you cut your nails, you can also say you clip them. You clip your nails, and the nails that you clip off are called clippings. I hope that was clear. But anyway, they have the largest collection, and this is actually for a good cause. They used them to study how the factors that lead to the development of cancer. So they used body measurement, blood samples, and these nail clippings in order to figure out links and causes to cancer. So this was actually for a good cause, a disgusting thing for a good cause. So yes. And they entered into the Guinness Book of World Records with this, which is probably good publicity for them as well. And we're adding to it, I think. So, folks, that is all for today. That is our quiz. I hope you had a good time. I appreciate you showing up and hanging out. I sincerely appreciate it. Disgusting for me too, right? Really disgusting. I wouldn't want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for that. No, thank you. But they did it for a good cause, and that's a really wonderful thing. So that's a nice thing as well. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you have a nice day, a wonderful weekend. Maybe I will see you later on Instagram for our live stream. Definitely disgusting, definitely. But if it helps in predicting cancer, then it would be wonderful. It was a fun time. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Learned something new. As Mohammed said, he's like, is this a history lesson? A little bit, but it's a fun way to practice English. Take care, and yeah, see you next week, my dear. Bye-bye.